What's up, our Dub Nation? E40 voice for you. And here I am with you guys. Welcome. We're going to talk Warriors, but we're also going to watch the game. And let's set that up. Officials for tonight. I'm not going to do play-by-play, but Zach Zarba, Eric Lewis, sure wish we had these guys for our game. Game 6 defeat. We'll put the box score up, even though actually we'll probably talk more about our salary cap table right there. So hello to everybody. And yeah, Victor Wembanyama. Spurs just got the top pick in the lottery. They get the number 1. Yeah. Trade the bandwagoners to the Lakers. Yeah. Welcome, Nicole. I'm finishing up Steve Kerr's exit interview right now. Just a little bit late with everything. What's a good quote? I mean, he talked about Bob, JK. Who the hell knows on everybody coming back? Klay talked about Draymond, talked about if Draymond doesn't come back, we're not a championship contender. All those things. So I'm gonna do my thumbnail with who the hell knows. Kerr exit interview. Yeah, it's good. And then I can publish it. And then I can focus on the comments going on right now. So if you have any questions about the Warriors, what do you think? Blah, blah, blah. Every timeout tonight with Lakers Nuggets. So what's up, guys? Yeah. I feel good about the Spurs. I don't mind this at all. Where's Ryan B at? He's a Spurs fan. Second favorite team is the Warriors. To be honest, Klay needs to retire. Oh, gosh. You're one of those. Did you come here from Twitter? Because, homie, don't play that. We don't do that here. That's a knee jerk. I don't even know if you're kidding. Like, maybe you're one of us and you're just kidding. But we don't say dumb things like that. That's a low IQ take. And if you want to learn, just ask nicely in the comments, and I'll tell you what they should do with Poole, what they should do with Klay. Got a feeling we might get Ayton, which is based on nothing except your feeling, your gut. I don't have a feeling of anything because I don't know who my general manager is on July 1st when the free agency starts. So, and we haven't even delved into whether he fits. You would need to go watch some film. Go watch some film of Ayton and see if he can play the Looney role or if he can overtake Looney's starting role. I should remind naysayers who want to just do the NBA 2K solution. Trade this, trade that. We lost to Anthony Davis, and so we didn't have any counter for Anthony Davis. So could be just him, and it's not easy to find a guy like that. But Ayton, maybe. I don't know. And that's where I say go do the film study, or honestly, no offense to you. Honestly, really, it's not personal. Go do the film study or shut up. Because if you don't go do the film study, then none of what you say really means anything. Like the GM, his staff, whoever he is and whatever the staff is, whether it's Bob Myers, Mike Dunleavy, Kirk Lacob, who knows? They probably will go watch some tape on DeAndre Ayton and make sure that he can fit into the system. So you should as well if you're pining for that. Otherwise, you're just playing NBA 2K and there's really, that's just hypothetical fantasy league type stuff. It's not really diving into it. Maybe we'll get Coach Nick on here. He's watched Ayton more than I have. I would need to watch some tape. But I don't get paid enough for that. I mean, if I got like 250,000 views per video, then maybe it would be worth it, but I don't. So it's like the game I have to play. Do I do that? Do I spend all this time looking at game film? I don't know. Maybe. I doubt it because I'd rather focus on the Warriors and focus on what we can improve, whether it's Kuminga, whether it's honestly Draymond and Steph and Klay and JP. So, I'm about to write this article for tomorrow on the website. I think our season was a bit of a mobius, if you will. A bit of a mobius. Steve's got to go. I mean, we don't do that either. So you're timed out. Sorry, I don't even know what else. I just saw that. I agree with you, no Ayton, but I vehemently disagree with you throwing Steve under the bus. Just why do people do that? Outrage. This channel, unfortunately, we're not going to get a whole bunch of views on here. Why? Because we don't throw anybody under the bus. We just don't. Like, we are like the 18th or next year 19th with 3 two-way spots coming onto this roster next year. We root for the team. Like, we don't root for guys to get, fired and stuff, especially when, they've been doing a pretty good job and have a whole program going on. As I've often said on this channel, you go to Chase Center, Steve Kerr's imprint is everywhere. So let me put those in the comments. Just we're the 1% of 1%. We actually look at the salary cap table here to see what's realistic. We actually don't think there's a better coach on the planet right now that can come into Chase Center and install their system. Nah, Steve Kerr's system is working great. And it's the best one for Hall of Fame players named Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. So I'm sorry. I would rather just not have the views, not have the revenue. Sounds lame, sounds stupid, but I'd rather have a good mental frame of mind, not walk around outraged at everybody, then transferred onto Twitter, aiming for an easy target. Klay, Steve, Jordan Poole. Nobody picks on Steph or Draymond because they're untouchable. Maybe Draymond. He shouldn't have punched Poole. That's all his fault. Get out of here. Somebody I follow on Instagram posted that. He went through the trouble of posting a regular post, not even a story, posting a regular post to express his anger towards Draymond. This close to just unfollowing. I should, but I know him not through basketball. And he's a pretty cool guy doing good things out in the community. But something in his life is not going right. I can tell, because why would you put so much energy and hatred into the game of basketball? Like, you're trying to whack-a-mole the basketball aspect of your life because it's not going well. We did not win a championship, therefore whack-a-mole. Well, why are you whack-a-mole in the first place? that means something in your life, something more foundational, probably something more urgent, something more bothersome is troubling you. So I would ask that if you're outraged, think about that first before you come into our comments and spread your negativity, because I'm not about that. I would rather have Aloha's dad be happy about the Lakers than somebody mad about the Warriors. Now, if you're mad and you don't want to be mad anymore, stick around and ask me questions for help, but you have to be in a state of mind where you're open to not being outraged anymore. So we're going to start the game pretty soon. So I've got to go back to that every single time. Oh, it's tiresome, but it's necessary because we get new people on here all the time. They don't know what's going on, and it's really that simple. We're a sanctuary for people that don't want to be in a bad mood, that don't want to be outraged, that want to have good vibes about the Warriors and should. Just because you lose doesn't mean you should have good overall vibes. You should always have that foundation of gratitude for a guy like Steph Curry to be the face of your franchise. So we will casually, maybe I'll do a little play-by-play, maybe not. Just keep me in practice. Let's see. So why not trust your GM, whoever it may be? Just trust your GM is what I say to people. Uh-oh, the scoreboard is out. Oh, God. I've been there. As you know, I've run basketball leagues, basketball tournaments, and then, oh crap, the scoreboard went out. We've had to run games without a scoreboard, like a stopwatch, and it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Yelling at the score. Home up by 7. Oh God, that's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. I feel for those guys, and it's awful. It's the year 2023. You should not have a scoreboard that doesn't work, but apparently it still happens. Let's see what they're going to do with the ESPN graphic. What's up, Rocky? Best mascot in the league. Second best is Bernie of Miami, by the way. And so we just tipped off at the 13:22 mark. Tipped off without a scoreboard, but we did get the ESPN on-screen graphic. Austin Reaves, no good. LeBron rebound and get. He's just so monstrous when he attacks. How do you stop shoulders like that at 6'8", ramming into you? That's a problem that we had. We'll talk about Kuminga, how we could have deployed Kuminga. That's one of the things. Instead of me saying that, oh, Kerr was horrible at, Jamal Murray misses, but Aaron Gordon, Bay Area product, put back. So, yeah, we'll talk about that later, and I'll catch up on the comments at the next timeout. So, Kerr got to go thing, no. You saying Kerr's got to go, that's got to go. Sorry about that. And I may have timed you out by StreamYard. I'm sorry if that happened. It's just the system. My bad. It's only 5 minutes. Don't worry about it. You can come back. All right. So I will catch up to the comments. Bucket inside, Aaron Gordon. Or Jokic, one or the other. Denver's up 6-2 with 10:24 to go. During timeouts. So, yeah. Sorry, but not sorry for timing you out. I mean, I'll bet you're a nice guy in real life, but pretty good defense by Michael Porter Jr. on LeBron. LeBron shot a brick, and that's part of our problem is we don't have big guys like that. Aaron Gordon wanted to take him one-on-one, gets swatted by AD, wanted to take Reaves one-on-one. Man, good job, AD. Schroeder for 3. Wow. So he's making them pay too. He's been great. I mean, if Draymond says Schroeder's been great, Schroeder's been great. 9:29, 9:28, 9:27 to go if you want to sync up. Denver's up 6-5. Michael Porter Jr., he's an automatic trigger, and he hits it. So Denver's up by 4. LeBron does not answer. So people saying we need a big and everything, but our pace, and Steve talked about that today at the exit interview. You got to understand. Ooh, MPJ got an offensive rebound. So that's the first thing Darvin's going to be mad about with his Lakers is the offensive rebounding is poor. In fact, Jokic is just collecting rebounds against AD. Just out-timed AD there. Are they in a zone? Wow. I feel like they're in a zone, and Jokic is mad because AD got an easy bucket. Wow. Can't wait till next time down. Let's see if they're Jokic wasn't guarding anybody. That's why I thought it was a zone. That was weird. Murray for 3, hits it. They've already hit like as many threes as we hit. Oh, man. Denver up by a touchdown. Thanks for being on here. The 41 of you who are here. Please splash that like button when you get a chance. Eric Lewis going to call foul, probably on Jokic. 7:55 to go. Double screen on Schroeder, that was, as we look at the replay of Jamal hitting a 3. So, our squad is totally different. I thought he was going to call side out. So it is free throws. Yeah. So that's definitely on Jokic. Great matchup, AD against Jokic. And so, see, we do have a big man. It's Looney. And he's a top 10 center in the league. And then everybody says we need a big man. So we have a top 10 center in the league and we want a big man. So I don't know that that's the case. However, I get it. And if you want to, big men are not cheap. They're not. They come with high price tags. Go look at Rashawn Holmes of Sacramento, who didn't get any run at all. MPJ dunked, but it's waved off. Got fouled. Got held. So Denver can handle LA's physicality. You see, I mean, what people forget is that our 2 of our top 3 players in Steph and Klay are scoring machines. They're not the most physical guys in the NBA. They're not 6'4", 6'5", and super athletic, getting dunks left and right. So we're going to have a little bit of trouble sometimes with the more physical teams like the Lakers. Jamal's downhill. Oh, way to fake. He faked passing it out and instead just hit the layup. All right, timeout time so we can talk stuff. First of all, yeah, please splash the like button. We got oh shoot. Let me set this up here. We used to have that all the time. When I go to the window over here that has the likes and the comments in the live chat, then it plays me doing the live stream approximately a minute behind. But anyways, 49 concurrents, only 20 likes. Please splash the like button so we can get more people like you. Thanks, guys. But at the end of the day, if it's just 20 people, it's just 20 people. This is definitely labor of love type stuff. Labor of love of the Warriors that I'll get a lot of flack for from Twitter. But anyway, let's catch up on the comments because I know I've been slow on that. Whoa, I'm way behind. Oh my gosh. Your dad's a Spurs fan. Oh, right. Okay, gotcha. Re-signing Bob Myers. Yeah, but might not be up to anybody but Bob. I have a feeling we will get. How about more like what if we got Monty Williams? Because you having a feeling about it is just you having a feeling about it. We don't really have any other actual information. So it's great that you have a feeling about it, but really doesn't mean anything. Sorry to downplay it. Oh man, sorry to blow that up, but no, I mean, I want to keep things real on this channel. And Nicole's offering an alternative look. So, anyways, sad Warriors fan. And again, the first domino is Bob Myers. Friendly reminder. So we can't really make any predictions until Bob Myers, until the domino of Bob Myers drops. So why bother? Oh, we're going to get Monty Williams. Oh, we're going to get Ayton. Oh, we're going to trade Poole. Oh, we're going to do this, that, and the other thing. Draymond is going to sign an extension. None of that matters. We really need to know if Bob Myers is coming back. Now, you can speculate. You can go do the homework. Go watch the game film on Ayton to prepare yourself for that possibility. Because certainly, ironically, Jordan Poole has a tradable contract. We're not trading Wiggins, $24 million. He actually makes less than Poole, so this is even more tradable than Wiggins. So the more money you have in a salary slot, the more you can do with it. I mean, the Lakers turned Russell Westbrook into D'Lo, Vanderbilt, and Beasley. And Beasley didn't even play. Lonnie Walker heard the bell and came through. We're back from timeout, so I kind of messed up there. AD airball. I don't know. Who are you guys rooting for? Let's throw that in the comments. And they get an open three because Jokic's down low, and LeBron has to joust with Jokic. What a massive body to deal with. Start a poll. Who are you rooting for? Lakers? Nuggets? I'm rooting for the Nuggets. I already said that when Dean was on at Game 6. Another steal for the Nuggets. They're just out hustling, outdoing everything. Jokic is killing them inside. I mean, they're just... It could be... Some of it could be they're used to playing us for 6 games. And we're a bunch of small guys. Steph, Clay, undersized guys, skinny wigs. We don't really have any fence benders other than Wiggins, who was hurt in Game 6. And we'll talk about that, especially at halftime. Talk about Kuminga. Talk about what I call the mobius season. Austin Reaves banks in a prayer that had to go in, and it goes in. Austin Reaves. We got to talk about Reaves as it compares to Klay. Austin Reaves contract. I wonder, has anybody on Twitter mentioned this? I don't think so. Austin Reaves' contract is huge for not only the Lakers, but for us, because he's the comparable for Klay. AD scores. See, MPJ's arguing for a walk. If I'm a coach, I'm saying, MPJ, can you just not argue with the ref? You don't worry about that. Let me argue with the ref. You focus on your game. Direct your hatred toward the ref to your own game. Denver's still up by 10, though. I tell you what, I'm actually rooting for the Nuggets to go all the way. I said the Heat the other night, but if it was Nuggets Heat, maybe I'd root for the Heat just because of Spoelstra and his Filipino heritage. But also, I don't mind if the Nuggets win it because they've been working so hard. Then they get injured last season, and we bounce them out in 5 games. Before that, it was 2021. I forget what happened. They definitely lost. And then in 2020 was the bubble. They lost to these Lakers. So it'd be nice for them to finally, after all these years. And I actually still like Mike Malone because my dad loves Mike Malone because he's still willing to yell at his players, which is great. A little bit of old school. He's one of the few remaining. Steve doesn't even do it as much. Doesn't break any clipboards anymore because it's a new generation of basketball players coming up through AAU and stuff. And it's just, there's already so much on them. There's enough social media hatred out there on them that, coach doesn't need to add to that. And I'm all with Steve on the positivity. I think the positivity can pull you through and focusing on good things rather than bad things. KCP gets a steal on Rui. Jokic is killing him down low, but Davis got a block. Here comes Lonnie. Microwave Walker gets away with the palming and just regresses to the mean on that brick. MPJ with the sidestep. Oh, missed it. Jokic, how many rebounds? That guy's going nuts on the offensive rebounds. He's got 10 rebounds. 6. Oh my goodness. That's even, man, that's probably more than he'd get against us. Wow, he's killing down low. He's killing. He's just using his size. It's good to see the Lakers finally get worked on the size. Let's go back to our salary cap. And Jokic gets a block on AD. Oh, AG throws the tic-tac-toe into the stands, into the bench. Maybe every dead ball, I can catch up on another comment. If we had a healthy Wiseman, let's not do that. Let's not do that. We can play the if game all day long. You could do that with your own life. Don't live your life that way. Oh, I should have done this. I should have done that. No. It's all part of the process. We have to retire that name. No, we don't. I got to remove that. I disagree with it. So I'm going to go with the trouble of actually searching for that. Looks like most of us are indeed rooting for the Nuggets. A lot of people are really upset at Klay. Look, it happens. He gets a pass. He's done enough. Some guys get a pass and, you don't think he's already pissed off at himself for having 3 straight bad games? Probably 4 out of 6 bad games. Don't want to give up on Kuminga. Yeah, of course not. Of course not. Klay needs to go into off the bench. I don't necessarily know that that's true. He needs to play better. We need at least 2 wing defenders. Well, we have one of them, JK. It'd be cool to get one more, but wings are tough. Wings are tough. Bielitsa isn't a wing; he's a 4, so he's a stretch 4. So I don't know. You gotta update your terminology. Don't you think if there was a Bielitsa and Porter out there, we would have got him? So I just here we go with the we need this, we need that. We got a lot of armchair GMs. It's very needy, and it's borderline whiny. It just can we just trust our general management group? Let's just trust them, because you could make the case. You could make the case that because it's hard to get guys on veterans minimums. I mean, JaMychal Green at a veterans minimum, that's what you're going to get. Dante DiVincenzo, we hit a home run on that one, right? You don't hit home runs all the time on veteran minimums like Beli and Otto. And so if that's the case, then you look at what's a tradable asset, maybe Poole. But then you're going to lose Poole's, downhill ability to get to the free throw line. I know his defense needs work. Steve Kerr talked about that. So, should we talk about this? Let's see. Poole's contract definitely tradable for the needy requests of need a big man, wing, and Beli and Otto Porter. Like, that gets right back to the what ifs. It was impossible to get Otto Porter, so why are we just dwelling on that over and over and over? I mean, if there's another Otto Porter out there, we'll find him. You just put trust in your GM staff. And I don't make enough money to go search the entire database of available players. You could just go to every team, pick a team. Phoenix. You're on Hoops Hype. Go look at that. 8 and 32 million to 28 for Jordan Poole. I mean, do they want to do that? I also heard we're going to talk about this on Thursday with Dean. All these trade scenarios, Jordan Poole and Moody for Drew Holiday. Okay, great. That's a possibility. Do they want to do it? Does Milwaukee want to do it? So 36 million equals Poole's 28 and Moody's 4, 32 million. Pretty close enough to make that trade. I mean, why would I get married to that right now? I don't even know if Bob's going to be our general manager. If Bob's not our general manager, then the percentage of retaining and re-signing or extending Draymond gets a little bit lower. It just does. And then you never know. But Klay coming off the bench, man, just I think can you just give him a break? No need to punish him. I say he needs to come off the bench. He's one of the best shooting guards in the NBA. Austin Reaves starts for the Lakers. If Austin Reaves can start for the Lakers, why can't Klay Thompson start for the Warriors? And besides, who runs the routes better than Klay? Him and Steph running the routes around Draymond and Looney and Wiggins. Like, you want to mess that five out? It's just such low IQ takes everywhere. Just, guys, please. It's honestly, it's low IQ, because how are you going to get? I mean, Jordan Poole would be the next best guy in the NBA to plug in for Klay. After that, it would be like, oh, Austin Reaves, but then he would have to learn the system, and he's going to re-sign with the Lakers. They're not stupid. Then there's Duncan Robinson, So then you go to the Heat. You go, this is how you dissect NBA issues, and a lot of you guys don't know how to do this. All you got to do is go to Hoops Hype, go to these salary cap tables. Duncan Robinson, $18 million, long-term contract. So I don't know that they'd want to get rid of anybody. They're not getting rid of Bam, Butler, probably not Kyle Lowry. We're not prying Bam Adebayo from the Heat, right? So Duncan Robinson is not, in play for the Warriors probably. But you never know. But I'm just, Klay's got to come off the bench. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. He's got to play better. Bruce Brown just got tracked down by LeBron, but the Lakers are still down by 11 with 43 seconds to go in the first half. Hope they don't touch Moody. I mean, if he's part of a package deal with Poole, then there's no choice. You would assume if you're going to part ways with those guys, you're going to get somebody pretty impactful in return. We're not just getting rid of Moody for the sake of, getting rid of somebody. You got to trust in the general management staff. And like I said, it's just really too early to speculate on anything. It'll be sad, but then it'll also be a celebration. So a lot of times what we do on here is just psychology. Try to stay positive. Like, I guess you can cry that day, but you got to move on with your life. And the Warriors got to move on too. When Steph, Klay, and Draymond retire, hopefully around the same time, but I don't know. Draymond wants to play 4 more years, and that might be it. And Klay probably wants to play more. He loves the game too much. Steph probably thinks he can keep playing, We'll see. But it'll also be a day of celebration, and time for the Warriors who remain to lace up those grown man boots. Lace up those mature, by then, 3-4 years from now, Kuminga will be a 7-year vet. Poole will be an 8-9-year vet. We should have some veterans naturally by that time. So LeBron hits at the buzzer, and they're down by 12. So a really good start by the Nuggets. Kudos to the Nuggets, but they're hungry. I think that was one of the issues with us, just not as hungry. Steve Kerr talked about that as well. So all of this, we're missing a big. We are if we get one, and we're not if we don't get one. I think for the so I guess what we're doing here with the theme is, number one, we can't really make any predictions until we know about Bob. Number two, we got thwarted by Anthony Davis and LeBron. Number three, we didn't deploy JK. But then that gets back to the mobius that I was alluding to, that I'll write about on the website tomorrow, which is JK could have played better. but also we were put in a position where we're fighting for the 6th seed, barely over 500. And so that goes back to the starter's fault. I mean, you go to Orlando and you throw the ball away 3 times in the last 2 minutes, as did our GOAT, one of the greatest to ever play the game, right up there with Michael Jordan. But he's throwing the ball away to Orlando, not really caring about that game the way Orlando cares about it. And I get it, though. It's hard to do after a championship. It's hard to do in year 14. Same thing with Draymond. You go look at all of our losses. I mean, how many times did Draymond or Steph have 5 turnovers and that led to a loss? And I just think that just happens after a championship. You get a little lazy. You get a little entitled. Klay Thompson going 4 rings to the Phoenix crowd. I mean, you get a little arrogant. You get a little less hungry. And so in this NBA, where you have many, many legitimate title contenders, very similar to football, it's getting there. And that's the holy grail to get to the parity of NFL. We might actually have better parity than the NFL. There's more of our teams that are good. There's only so many bad teams. Just go look at the standings. And so and the teams are getting better. Spurs got the number 1 pick. Portland got the number 3 pick. Or was it 4? I forget, but they're in the top 4. Yeah, they got the 3rd pick, I think. So it just spirals around again. So it's the veterans threw the ball away so much. Then we're playing 500. Then we got to, Wiggs goes out and we just never have a fully functioning team. And the development is all just kind of messed up. At the same time, I would have added JK to the rotation just out of desperation to beat the Lakers, but I understand how you ride your guys until the wheels fall off. So Steve trusted his guys, and the wheels fell off. We couldn't hang with a physical team like these Lakers as Rui blocks a shot right there. So they're always having like 3 big guys, whereas we don't really have a Rui, we don't really have a Vanderbilt, and really the only way to get guys like that is you better pay for them, and the only way to pay for them is if you use Poole's contract, which is ironic because all the haters want to trade Poole, but they wanted to trade this Poole. And so now we can do something like with it. I'm not saying to trade Poole. I don't know. I haven't done the homework, and I don't have the inside knowledge to know if he's playing well in practice, if he's, there's some stuff made up by 95.7 the game per usual. You're a radio guy, you got to drum up clicks. So let me just make up the fact that he's getting into the mode of being told what to do and he doesn't want to do it. How do you know that? You're not at practice making up all this stuff. But I get it. You got to make up stuff to run your radio show. That's not how I run things here. That's how I want to be different and authentic. But there's no information to back that up. Zero information. That's all based on speculation and your initial outrage that Jordan Poole didn't play well and wasn't making shots. And by the way, the Lakers played pretty well and made shots and played pretty good defense on Jordan Poole. The Lakers are kind of like our kryptonite. They're the exact opposite. They want to slow the game down. They want to feed the ball into Anthony Davis every single time. They don't care about 3-pointers. Never give it a passing thought. They're all in on Anthony Davis, throwing the ball into him every single time that you can, because that's our identity, and that's how we're gonna get to the free throw line and stuff like that. So we met our match there. the kryptonite. Now, JK could have made a difference if we introduced him earlier, but I get it. Like he didn't play well, and it's been a whole season of not trusting your guys. So Steve loses trust, and for a guy that's in the moment and in the heat of the battle, I've been there. It's a tournament, heat of the battle, and it's like you're going to fall back on who you trust, and that's Gary Payton, that's Andrew Wiggins, that's not Kuminga, because you gave him a shot and he went out and got 0 rebounds. He went out and made 4 mistakes in like 3 sequences up and down the court. I named him as we were doing the live stream. He didn't pass the ball to Draymond in the 0.5 second style. He didn't rebound. He didn't play defense and gambled, and the guy took him to the hole and he fouled him. So I think those were the 4 mistakes. And actually, that's 2 sequences. 1 sequence on offense, boom, next time down on defense. You just made 4 mistakes in the span of a minute in 2 possessions. I can't trust you anymore. All I wanted you to do was go rebound, and you didn't do that. You watched the ball from the corner. I called it out when it happened. So I get it. I get how Steve can completely lose trust in a guy, and there's just no turning back. And no one's saying Kuminga cost the Warriors the Lakers series. You could look at it that way. So there's enough blame to go around. It's not always the coach's fault. Bruce Brown doing Bruce Brown things, just kind of sneaking his way to the rim there, and Denver's up 15. It's a rather boring game because Denver's executing so well, and the Lakers are doing dumb things like Lonnie Walker turnover, and Gordon converts the assist on the fast break. They're killing the Lakers. 17-point lead. We match up way better with the Nuggets, obviously, right? On Kuminga and the psychology of so now I must be so far behind. How many more rings we're winning? Oh gosh, man. There you go. The addiction to prediction. But yeah. Curry will have 6. This type of predicting really scratches your itch. It's such radio talk. Boring to me, but I guess you've been trained to be addicted about these things. Oh, how many rings will Steph get? Like, who cares? We're living in the NBA day by day. I'll have a video up soon of what everybody's doing lately in the off season. Probably, within the next month. I got to let all those events accumulate. I don't know. I don't care how many. I don't do comparisons, rankings, awards, and predictions. That anybody can do that. It doesn't take a genius to do those. Dean's in the house. Okay, so Klay, Steve told Klay that he needs to come ready for training camp because Klay's first half of the season was, as you recall, not that good. So come ready for training camp. And I think we saw the ideal Klay in the second half of Game 6 of the Game 6 loss. So meanwhile, see this is where I'm different, guys. This is you get these little nuggets. Sorry to use the word nuggets. No pun intended. We saw the ideal Klay towards the end of the game 6. Ironically, he actually didn't have that bad of a game if you consider his performance in the second half. He was extra unselfish because he knew he was off. He knew he couldn't hit the ocean that day. So he's driving and he's kicking and he's doing it effectively. I didn't like the fact that he still leaves his feet when he drives and he jumps and he always has to jump when he passes. I hate that, but he's passing the ball. And there's not a single person out there that has given the hot take that Klay actually had a good second half of game 6. Nobody said that, but he actually did. And I'd love to do maybe that should be the first thing I do as a breakdown. Klay actually had a great second half. And that's what LeBron does. They come out of the ATO, clear it out for LeBron, and let him just bully ball over somebody. I hate that, but I can't stand it because he always does that to us. That's why you love Andre Iguodala. That's why I never had a bad thing to say about Andre. He used to stop that, or at least give it a chance. And anyway. All right. Well, I'm way behind on the comments, so I don't know where we are. Let me go down here. I'll work my way back up. Yeah, and the rookie's not playing. Here's the thing. Here's a great tweet that I saw today. I made a favorite. Let's see if I can find it. Where's my favorites at? How do you do favorites? I can't even remember. Go here. Oh, likes. Here's one of my favorites. LeBron is still the biggest prospect in 30 years, and it took him until year 3. So, yeah, you just kind of go, oh, yeah, that's right. So James Edwards, Detroit, poor guy. All the Detroit Pistons fans are just sobbing. They got the number 5 pick. And this was in the context of Victor Wembanyama. All right, so that's the thing, year 3, and that's LeBron. And he got Rookie of the Year, so it's going to take a while. Jokic come back in. So as far as I mean, let's just come to grips that see, instead of being outraged about this stuff, I just try to learn. I try to go, okay, so that means that Steve doesn't play rookies and second-year players all that much. We've never had to worry about this. We had what we had, and then suddenly we had KD. So we haven't had to play rookies and second-year players all that much. Wiseman was injured his first 2 years. So maybe his development timeline is actually the right one. How can anyone predict? But I do think there's a lot of growth for JK. He just has to, he's the one that went up to the podium yesterday and said, I'm going to try and learn how to rebound like Looney. So AD has blocked Jokic a couple times now. And the Lakers are only going to be down 10. Yeah. Davis is a problem. One of the top power forward centers in the league. So, Draymond can cover Jokic better than he can cover AD because AD's got the length. And even then, Jokic is tough to cover, but because they're rather plodding, they plod around a little bit. I mean, Denver's not the fastest team in the league, right? So you can stick Looney and Draymond in there. So we match up better against the Nuggets. The problem is AD. So for all you, we need a big men people. It's really just AD, and I'm not sure that there's a whole lot of guys out there that can handle that. And we could have played better. We could have made some shots to put the pressure on them. We won 2 games out of those 6 where the formula worked, and it's tough cover. So if you want Ayton just for AD, and Jokic with a nice drive on AD, 728, 727, 726. If you want a guy like DeAndre Ayton, you're going to have to pay for it. It's not going to be cheap. And I'm not sure that the Phoenix Suns would want to get rid of him because they've got to worry about AD as well. So that's the other thing you got to be wary about, that people who want trades always want to assume that the team that you're trading with actually wants to do the trade. That's not always the case. By the way, here's the San Antonio Spurs track record of seasons, and they've lost conference semifinals, and they've lost in 2 conference semifinals. So losing in the conference semifinals is not the worst thing ever. Lost to the Mavericks. Lost 3 times in the conference semifinals. Lost in the first round. Yep, never forget. They had struggles too. Klay coming back with cards. See, he doesn't really need to. It's his shot selection. It's not so much he needs to dribble better. It's literally when to shoot. And I'm not open right now, so let me create. He was doing that well in the game 6, second half. Okay, let's see. Russell Wilson. What's up? Williams. Who's Williams? We tried to get Rui. Oh man, you got to cite your sources on that. That's some deep sources. I don't know about that one. I mean, excuse my French, but a lot of shit happens at the trade deadline. A lot of shit happens, so I don't know that anybody can really keep track of that stuff. I don't know that you can. This is 88% probably false. I don't know that you can, this takes tons of confirmation. The whole thing about Chris Mullin, the GM of the Warriors, going after Kevin Garnett didn't get fleshed out until like 7 years later or something like that. it was years later when he had to get multiple confirmations, and probably even Kevin Garnett had some, was on a podcast to talk about that. And I don't know. I don't know. We need more athleticism. Yeah, we have it. JK, he just didn't get deployed. And I think actually that's something that Steve can learn from. So I think that's another thing of this mobius that I see, like, of the season, just like, um we do need more fence benders, as Draymond said on his podcast. And that could have been JK versus the Lakers. And maybe that's something that's a learning point for Kerr. And this happened across the whole season. If your vets are turning the ball over anyways, then why not go ahead and play the youngsters? So we'll never know, really. I mean, we did play the youngsters in the beginning. But it was a different ball club because it was kind of Wiseman-based. And JK wasn't playing, remember? First week. Or was it Moody? I forget which one wasn't playing. I think it was JK. Because Wiseman was in there and we just could never establish an identity. And so it just twists and turns and comes right back on itself, which is you have to break that mobius at some point. And you have to just take that chance. So maybe it's maybe now that you know what you know, and another year's under their belt of Kuminga, maybe maybe Jokic hits a three. They're up by 12. Maybe Steve is learning from this. I guarantee you he's learning from this. So well, he talked about that on the podium today. It's on our channel, 30-minute interview. What a rebound pass by LeBron. Have a better development program throughout the whole season where you can teach JK how to rebound. Because he's got Jokic comes back with a spin dunk. Because when Jokic, Jokic, when JK, JOK, I see. No, when Kuminga doesn't really have a plan, then it gets confusing. He doesn't know what his role is, and so now you know what his role is, and you've got to work on rebounding and work with Looney every day. So it's going to be a little bit different, and guys can improve, and we'll get that fence bender in there. So yeah, getting a little bit more athletic. But to do that, if you want to do it the traditional way, which is to trade for it, are you willing to give up Jordan Poole? I don't think I'm ready yet. I think he'd have to fail twice for me to give up on him. So, because what are you going to do out here when Steph's contract is done? Because by then, Jordan Poole will be so much better. By 2026, he's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 more years, or 3.5 more years of experience. I don't think Jordan Poole continues to miss shots in the playoffs. I don't think so. I think he learns. You only get better the more you play. Look at Aaron Gordon. right? So I don't think I'm ready to give up on Poole, come to think of it, talking it through. By 2026, he'll, end of Steph's contract, Poole will have 3.5 more years of experience. And guys just get better. Look at Aaron Gordon. All right. KCP gets to play against his former squad. Good passing by Jamal to get the slam dunk for MPJ. And Denver is up by 15. Good job by Denver. Look at how good Anthony Davis is. I mean, wow, he just comes back and amazing. Rui, good block. See, the Lakers aren't bad, guys. There's no shame in losing to these guys. Rui hits a jumper. Yeah. Good job by Rob Pelinka to get these guys. They're hanging in there. Down by 11, especially for a team that scores by 2. Oh, Jamal Murray. Nice shot. Hits a 3 around the curl. See? They no called the KCP flop. Why didn't you no call that in our series? Sucks. We just got this reputation of being the finesse jump shooting team. So I think that's part of the draw of Otto Porter. He doesn't fit that mold of finesse jump shooting team. He's a baller. Let's see. Oh, Jokic gets a foul on Rui. 2:12 to go. Denver up 12. All right, It's a lot easier when I have Dean on here. We can parse through all the comments, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What can you say about the real? I know. I just rely on you guys, the 42 of you, and really appreciate it. I don't know. It might just stay the 42 of us. I think we can play better, and I think Kuminga can play better, rebound more, not just watch the ball. And honestly, Draymond and Steph will play better. They're just throwing the ball out there like they're entitled to another championship, and it's just got on my nerves. I was calling them out during the 05 road trip. You guys remember that? I was saying, why is everyone blaming X, Y, and Z when there should be blame on Steph? And I was calling people out on Twitter on that because they typically will pick on the easy target, whether it's Steve, Wiseman. Wiseman was being blamed. God, it's awful behavior. Well, MPJ, it's another 3, man. Good to have a 6'10" guy that can hit threes. The value of injured draft picks. All right, yeah. Lakers are getting away with goaltending. I thought they got away with one against us. I seem to remember. Yeah, appreciate you guys, man. And I know this live stream's all over the place. It's just all over the place. Thoughts coming up randomly, but that's why be sure to tune in Thursday when Dean joins us and we can talk about all the trade rumors. Great. Now my comments aren't working. Did it work? The one to Twitch didn't work. Sorry, Twitch. Denver getting the upside of MPJ. Yep. Let's look at what else you guys are doing. Speaking in Tagalog. If Pop retires, Dubs take him. Take who? Coach Pop and Wemby. Christian Wood, huh? Christian Wood is on the. See, this is where we, got to do our homework. Dallas, right? 14 million. Oh, how would we do that? Sign and trade, but then no, we can't do that. We'd be hard capped, so that won't work. We can't do free agents. Christian Wood is impossible because he's a free agent. And we can't get free agents that are more than the veterans minimum unless I'm missing something. Let's see. We believe. You're not sold on Wemby. Well, I am. Just his ability to make threes at that height. There was the one where, probably not going to be able to do it in the NBA, but still pretty amazing, where he missed the three and got his own put back dunk. That's just crazy athleticism. It's like, how do you guard that shot? You can't even guard it. So he's got the makeup of Kevin Durant. Got 10 seconds to go. Actually, 6 seconds. Air ball by D'Lo. 5, 4, Jamal. Oh, nice. Good pull up with 1 second left. And there's the challenge by KCP. He's hungry. And we know that JP let Austin Reaves just shoot that half-court shot. Yeah. It's not plug and play. That's the difficulty of it, right? Right, guys? Cholo? That's the Mobius thing again that comes up for me. Another Mobius mentioned by Cholo. Warrior system is not plug and play. And do you know why it's not plug and play? It's not plug and play because it's Steph and Klay running circles around. And the reason why it's Steph and Klay running circles around is because we don't do the Phoenix Suns offense, which is to clear out one side and let's post up KD, or what are we going to do? Post up Klay? We face the basket. We're at the 3-point line. We don't do that stuff. And the only way to get things going is to implement the system that we've had since 2015. How else people who don't understand that we have a system that is dependent on repetition, innovation by Draymond and Steph to be able to just know where Steph's going and drop pass. And you can't really teach that system to a newcomer, and you can't really be mad that we have the system because the system was designed to maximize and prolong the careers of Steph and Klay, the two most deadly shooters in the history of the game. It's like, what do you do if you have two of the best shooters of all time? What do you do with that? And the best system for that, for those pieces that you're given, is what Steve has devised, and it's evolved. It started out with Bogut as the guy, the point pivot. It actually evolved through Bogut, and then it became Draymond. And as such, the game got faster because Draymond could do it. So we could mix the half court with the pace. It's so unique. You guys don't, the naysayers don't realize the genius of it, the genius of this style that really starts with defense. And that's, again, anybody that tells you that we ought to trade Draymond is a complete idiot, because you need the defense first to get the rebound, which includes Looney and Wiggins, and then you outlet and you get it to Draymond, and then you have Steph and Klay on the wings, and the other team doesn't know what to do. And then if they were to stop the transition, then we go into our motion, and it's beautiful basketball. And we even have, I mean, with tiki-taka, that was the next evolution of it, which again, Klay was running correctly in game 6, second half. Actually, he was running, we were running it correctly in the first half too. It just didn't make any of the shots. So then you adjust to that. And then you're like, okay, my shot's off right now, so I need to pass the ball more. So let me come around the screen and or let me get this handoff and let me immediately shoot the gap, or let me come set a pick, immediately shoot the gap, get the ball from Draymond, and then dribble the ball and then kick it out. I mean, honestly, the best thing that can happen is just to hit the reset button and start the whole season all over again. And yeah, we're gonna, if Bob doesn't come back, then I feel like whoever's the new guy is more apt to kind of hit the panic button a little bit, because he hasn't been around long as Bob to have that trust in the system. So that's kind of one thing that worries me, but it's whatever, man. Like, there'll be a good reason behind it, right? Bob Myers not coming back would mean that he needs to take a break. We all need to take a break. I took a break. You don't see me at Chase every day anymore. You don't see me on the road in an airport going to the next road game anymore. I mean, that's what I had to do. So if Bob doesn't come back, then you might see more changes, because there's less trust in guys, from guys that haven't been here as long, and they might push the panic button quicker. That's where Jordan Poole might get traded. So basically, I'm back to the premise that I think we can play better. And just by hitting the reset button on the season, we'll give it a better flow. Simple example. No need to go to Japan and waste 1.5 weeks of training camp, right? That in and of itself is progress. Okay, it's time for me to do some social media marketing. So, where's my cursor? I lost my cursor. There it is. We go here. what's a good comment here? I like Cholo's comment right off the bat. Let's see. Oops. Oh, shoot. All right, I'll be right with you in a second, and we'll catch up on all of those comments that you have. I'm just glad you guys are here. I mean, you brighten my day just being here and having an audience to chat about the usual stuff, which is, again, not to be outraged. It's just like therapy. It's therapy from what you see on Twitter, which is a lot of garbage. Can't wait to get Dean on here in 2 nights. It's going to be fun to have him on here. Always good stuff with him. I can close out my NBA media windows. Just realize, kind of sad. But then at the same time, kind of a relief that I have to work my butt off on all of those. Oh, great. Wait for this MacBook to send me the screenshot. Here it is. Got to search for it to appear. It's kind of like quantum physics. You got to look for it, and then it'll appear. Got to observe it. Ridiculous. Let's take a look here. Here we go. Okay. Give me a moment as and then I'm already starting to talk about the draft with my NBA draft guys. So that's fun. He threw me a whole bunch of names. So I got a lot of research coming up. Oops. Okay. Wow. Did that not get sent? It's there. There we go. Took a while for the Twitter app to respond to my own DM to send the photo for the tweet. Okay, now I gotta retweet this and then post to Instagram and then come right back to you guys. Okay. PBJ. Yeah, he'll get another year, but like not even LeBron was effective until year 3. I mean, he was. He got the start though. He didn't have to go to a squad that had 3 Hall of Famers on it already. So I don't know. I don't know if PBJ will get a whole lot of burn next year, but I don't know. Never know. We do have a lot of young guys, don't we? Ryan Rollins. Man, it's going to be hard to get these guys minutes. So I think our development timeline is just different than a lot of other teams that they can afford to make mistakes more than we can, especially when you're playing with the guys that we have, Steph and Clay and Draymond. So it's just really hard to play with Steph, Dre, and Clay, especially in a system that is very sophisticated. That's just how it is. We're different. We're completely different than any other team. That's why the whole we need a big man thing is just very, skips over that part. Like it's like every other team, yeah, that's the traditional makeup of that team. But our team is so different. We need movement. We need rebounding. We need, you know, weak side fence bending, which JK wasn't understanding until it was too late. All right, now I can focus on you guys. But I can't wait till Thursday when Dean's with us, and then Dean can be talking about something, and I can focus on the comments and stuff. Oh yeah, you're right. It helps out. It really does, especially today's with Steve Kerr. 30 minutes of stuff, and he talked about everything that you'd want to talk about here. I had to come up with a good thumbnail. Who the hell knows? But yeah, it was good. And there's quotes in the description that I put in there. Yeah, thanks, Robbie. Yeah, we'll see. I wouldn't get too excited about PBJ because it still might take some time, but he's fun to watch. And there'll be regular season games. There'll be, back-to-back road games in New Orleans that we have to rest our main guys, and it's just crazy. But yeah, we'll figure it out. One more 6'10" long wingspan. I know. Yeah, they don't grow on trees though. That's the problem. As the Nuggets and Lakers resume and AG loses the ball. That's not what you want. How many years does AG have? Let's see. What do I got here? What are these? Shams. Oh, okay. Look here. BKRef.com. Aaron Gordon. He is a 8-year vet. So you kind of don't get good until 8 or 9 years, right? Man, so is he due for a big fat contract? Let's look. Every medium to high IQ fan should have immediate access to salary caps. No, he's already got his extension. Cool. 22 mil. Wow, Denver's set. They're set. This is their year. And yet, it's no guarantee. They could get knocked out too. And then all of a sudden it'll be their turn to go, oh, what went wrong? And, we need this, we need that. 29 teams get to do that. Another 3, Denver up by 20, playing to their ceiling, which is good. Good to see. They haven't exactly done that. What a pass by LeBron. Jokic late there. Said my bad. Lunged out a little too far on LeBron on the missed 3. It's all about rebounding. Crazy that that's not emphasized more. And then we got to talk about the 19th pick for the Warriors. Tough shot by Jamal. It's not really good offense right there. So you see even Denver falls into that trap. We just hardly ever do that unless we need a bucket and Wiggins has a mismatch. Okay. Yeah, roller coaster of a year. No one helped out Steph. I see it more as we couldn't stop AD. There was just no, and LeBron. The whole complexion of the series went in a direction where we don't have enough pieces. We needed a fence bender like JK. And so that didn't happen. So, I mean, I'm ready to move on. I mean, I thought a lot of it came back to the vets as well. Wow, Chris Hemsworth in a Netflix thriller. Man, I might want to check that out. Nah, I don't have time. I'll do that if I ever buy a 80-inch 4K. Have to invite some people over just to make it more fun. Ooh, Extraction 2. There's an Extraction 1? I didn't even know that. So, yeah, I'm back to the whole I get it, Sergey, but again, I want to focus on the positives and no one helped Steph. I would say that we just didn't have the pieces to cover AD and LeBron. Number one of which was hunger. And Steve talked about that. Lakers didn't make the playoffs. They had a chip on their shoulder from last year. That was an embarrassment. So I think it all starts really there. Well, we didn't see again, I've said this before. When I say again, I mean I said it in a previous live stream. Draymond's awful turnovers in Game 5 versus Sac um, derailed our march towards figuring out Sac. Instead, we had to rely on an epic 50 points from Steph in Game 7, which got broken 2 nights ago by Jason Tatum. What was it, 3 nights ago? 2 nights ago. 2 days ago, Mother's Day. Yeah, Mother's Day massacre. Nah. You don't want to talk about that. I take that back. We shouldn't use that word in this day and age. So we had to rely on an epic 50 points from Steph in Game 7 instead of the script that we usually have, which is we are killing Sacramento. I want to do a video on that. Game 5, that was our best basketball offensively of any game. We were just incredible. And we were running tiki-taka. Like, that was the highest level of offense I've ever seen. That was a joy to watch. But it got derailed. And so our hunger for perfection just was not there. Never happened, as Draymond said in his podcast, against the Lakers. And that's why I would have just rolled the dice and gone with Kuminga. But hindsight's 2020. All right. Denver's now up by 18. It was 20. Lakers just scored. Sorry, this live stream is just all over the place. We lost a whole lot of people, probably because it's not very well organized. Only 34 people have stayed on. What else do we have? Love the elevator plays. Yep. What's up, Jay? Can't stand the link. I know. Me neither. Jokic near. Oh, man. Let's take a look at Jokic's numbers. Insane. 23, 16, and 9. Golly. Oh, he's talking about the Warriors. You're aware, you're alert, you're anticipating, you're on point, and now you're playing against guys that you don't have the same respect for shooting the basketball, so you let your guard down a little bit. Yep, I actually agree. I agree with Mark Jackson. I think now the Lakers are getting a little bit of the, we just played one of the weird teams in the NBA. That's an awful call. That should be a continuation. But it's been consistently awful on those calls. Unless it's against us, of course, which would have been an and one. What else is going on? Oh, thanks for agreeing. Amy's pissed? Really? Who are you taking, De'Aaron Fox or SGA? Oh boy. I don't want to compare them. De'Aaron Fox took us to 7 games. Little maturity. There's a lot of talk about his immaturity, and he needed to have some talks about his attitude and stuff. Denver up by 20, 6 minutes to go, third quarter timeout. But the whole thing about JK is like, well, I mean, he's so young. Of course, he's going to have an attitude. Of course, he's going to, have second thoughts about playing time. But if you go to our YouTube channel here, so let's talk about Kuminga real quick. On Kuminga's maturity, FYI, GP2 was what do you call it? BFF'ing JK in LA. If you go look at this one that hardly gets any views because it's about game 6, I thought people would want to see Bad Bunny, Jack Harlow. But anyways, GP2 and Kuminga were buddy. So go check that one out on our channel. They were. So it's good to see. Good to see GP trying to help out the situation there. He knows how tough it can be for a young guy like JK to not be playing. Okay, let's see. Oh, she's mad about biased announcers. Let's see. So, how's everybody doing? We'll be all right, guys. We'll be all right. I know it feels like we're this total struggling team, but we're in the top 8, which means we could be the 5th best team in the league right now. We could be the 3rd best because you never know with the Eastern Conference. And it's all matchups. But anyways, we have the 19th. We have the 19th pick. So let's take a look at NBADraft.net. Our friends over there, who do they have us picking? I always like these guys because they've been in the game the longest, and he's based out of the Bay Area. What do we got here, guys? Rayan Rupert. Oh, it changed, but that name was dropped by our friend 6'6" shooting guard. Oh, okay. This guy's not going to play a lot anyways. So I don't mind whoever it is whoever it is. I'm not going to be all outraged or mad that we didn't get so-and-so, but I don't know. Chris Murray might be good because he's Keegan Murray's brother and he has had a few years in college. I like him, but looks like Miami might get him, but we never know. Down at 18, 19 is all crapshoot. Junior, see, I'll be right back. I'm going to use the restroom, but check those guys out. All right, sorry for the delay. Let's see, Denver up by 20 again. I want to next time out. I want to play this little thing that apparently Draymond is doing a Manning cast as well with Stephen A. Didn't even know that. Pretty cool. Stephen A's world. But Draymond is saying some cool things on there, so we'll do that next time out. Draymond on a live cast with Stephen A. Smith. About his leadership, brain ability. So, let's see, Denver up by 19. And Draymond saying what he's saying here occurred with 8:47 to go in the third. There's 3:33 left to go in the third here. Sergey, I don't like to use those words, Try to keep it positive, Let's see. You see PBJ getting a triple-double? No. It's not just plug and play like NBA 2K, All right. Lonnie Walker can't hit anything. The great thing about us kind of just watching these games passively is that I can go and go to Starbucks after this. I don't have to stay on and do all the post game stuff and throw that on the channel and all that. Okay. What's up, Diane? Yep, he's been in Kuminga's shoes a lot. Yeah. Well, there's more physicality with Denver. And of course, they're losing by 20. So anytime you're losing by 20, you definitely look more tired. Trust me. You just go play rec league games. Wow, look at Rui spinning. Man, good to see Rui succeed. Don't like to see it benefiting the Lakers. How can I not root for a Japanese player, number one, but number two, dang it, does it have to be the Lakers? Oh, Jokic just threw it away. How many turnovers? Only 3 turnovers. That's even less than Draymond. What else is going on? Yeah, don't know. Don't know about the off season. Let's just see who's going to be our general manager first. I'll keep going back to that. We'll see, man. We'll see. Wow, AD had an and one on Braun. Wow. Good finish. Espresso machine, yeah. But I like the frappuccinos. But yeah, then I should get a blender. I know. GP2 middle name is patient. Let's see. Can't stand LeBron. I've always been the skinnier guy on the rec league court, not the big buff dude out there like LeBron. So I don't root for the big buff dudes. I just don't. Like I root for the Austin Reaves and the, normal sized human beings that don't need to just bulldoze over you. So that's why I don't like LeBron. Plus he's been on the enemy team a couple times. Another good bucket by Rui. They're only down 15. And 52 seconds left for Jamal Murray against Vando. Jokic comes up. Oh, no. Turnover by Jamal. Not a good pass. Reaves brings it up. Oh, what a crossover. Are you kidding? He almost got an and one. And he's mad at himself for not getting the and one. So remember, Austin Reaves is the comparable for Klay's extension. Whatever Austin Reaves gets from the Lakers is a good comparable, albeit will be outdated soon, for Klay. If Austin Reaves it's a team-friendly contract, the Warriors should try and extend Klay right away. So a lot depends on Austin Reaves' contract this summer. Wow. The Lakers might be able to pull this to within 10. No, maybe 11, which would be good for them because it was 20. 6.7 to go. Okay. The purple lucky shoes thing, Dean has said the reason why. You want to leave that untouched game 4 legacy type thing. Austin Reaves. Jokic has a triple-double. Yep. Look at that. Man, it's not just a triple-double. It's a massive one. 28, 19, and 12. It's no 10, 12, 11. It's like 15, 11, 12. It's 31. Oh, he just scored, I guess, before the buzzer. Did he? Wow. Oh, we got a 3. Oh, man, I just spoiled myself. 6.7 after the free throw. Wow. Oh, already said I'm rooting for the Nuggets. God, Jokic buzzer beater 3 over AD. AD looks at him like, come on. And Jokic goes, eh. That's what you got to do. You kind of got to just laugh at it. Look at Phil Handy. Oh, my. And he got fouled. They're hungry. Denver's hungry. I thought that was a foul. But they want to have more physical game, but whatever. If it was a Warrior, would have been and one. Is AR hooping today? Actually, I don't know. I haven't really been watching that closely. 4 for 10, not bad. Double digits. Let's see. Entertainment night. No idea. Only 3 missed shots. It's crazy. Let's look at him. Jeez, man. He's killing. Good for him. He got all this flack about getting MVP or in the running for MVP. Oh, he hasn't won anything. That's kind of why I want them to win. Because people on Twitter, it's like whatever they're outraged about, I want it to happen. Nuggets are definitely thirsty. Good to be on here with you guys. Honestly, it's good to have like-minded people together just to get together. What time is it over there, you guys? Let's see. Current time, Amy, Hong Kong. 10:30 in the morning. Cool. One of these days I'll memorize the whole thing. Oh, Leonard Miller was another guy that but see, all of these guys that are less than 21 years old, they're not going to get playing time. Ray and Rupert, 19 years old, no playing time, not under Kerr. You have to have a certain level of IQ to be able to play on the same floor as Steph Curry. And then Leonard Miller, 6'10", with an over 7-foot wingspan. That would be cool as well, but it's not going to happen for another 3 years. You know what I mean? So that was another guy that was mentioned by our guy, Eric. How did I get on this? I was just roaming around on NBADraft.net. But we're back to our salary cap right here. Oh, cool. Glad you're here. I was just kind of wanting to do this just because it's good to come on here and be part of a family, honestly. 3:30 a.m. So that means you're in Europe? Are you in Europe? Good to have you. Ben in the house. Watching in Antarctica? Are you serious? Stop it. No, you can't be serious. Current time, Antarctica. 2:34 p.m. Definitely sunnier but colder here in Antarctica. Oh, look at Aaron Gordon almost got an and one. Let's see. Oh, cool. Glad you're here. MPJ legit third offense. I mean, yeah, because he can get off any shot he wants. He's so tall. Yeah. Yeah, he's legit third option. 12 points, 5 for 10. It's exactly what you want from him. He could sit down right now, and that would be the output that you want. 8 rebounds. Show Jonathan Kuminga this. This is how you be a role player. That's pretty impressive, man. Oh, how's LeBron doing? 9 for 13, and he just 21, 9 and 5, just falling out of bed, you know? That's nuts. There he goes, posting up on Jamal. Fouled him. Oh, and he scores. Jeez. See, what do you do? He's got to get help way earlier than that. Jamal. You got to double that. Where's Aaron Gordon at? Aaron Gordon's got to come over. He's covering Vandy. Wow. It's pretty awful defense. But that's all they need to do. That's all they need to do is just keep going to LeBron in the high post each time with no Jokic in there. It's biding time for him. 32, so he'll come back in with 7 or 8 minutes left. And Jeff Green, old man, in there. Uh-oh, Murray stuck. Oh, still scores against LeBron, a 3 ball. And LeBron goes, and then he gives him a thumbs up. Wow. Sometimes you need some hero shots, which we got none of. We got none of those in game 6, so what do you expect? It'd be interesting to see the Nuggets in LA. They've got to win both of these, I think. Got to win both of these. Braun for 3. Nope. Back rimmed it. Lakers only down 12. It's a long game. Oh, you can't leave Reaves. Come on, Braun. That's horrible. Malone, let's see. He says, get Braun out of there. He's trash. That's what I love about Malone. Come on, Braun. You don't leave Reaves and give up a 3 like that. That's awful defense, man. Even MPJ knows. He's a young player. Matter of fact, MPJ, how many years of experience? Let's look him up real quick. Only 3 years. Well, first year was injured. Yeah. 1. This is his 5th year. What? 1, 2. Oh, only played 9 games. Wait a minute. Oh man, he only played 9 games. Okay. Yeah, really only 3 years played. Huh. Yeah, one of the reasons we took him out in 5 last year. Also, with the matchups, you kind of got to get lucky who you're matched up with. If you get the number 1 or 2 seed, you're gonna get a favorable first round matchup usually. And we did that year. We got Denver first round. They had MPJ and Jamal were injured, so we took advantage of that. And there it is. What else is going on? Scotland. Oh, cool. Got people from Scotland. I've been told that I should translate some of the videos to other languages, such as Chinese and Spanish. What do you guys think on that? Also, so let me know. Maybe I should ask questions. Answer viewer questions live. How do you do this? Say something. Start Q&A. Say something. Let me see if this works. What do you want to see on the channel during off season? Work? Any question can't even read this. Hold on. Exit full screen. What do you in the Q&A questions. Now, I don't know if I'm doing this right, but you can just put them in the comments, or you can answer the poll or whatever this thing is. Questions. Answer viewer questions live. I don't know if I'm doing this right. End Q&A. That didn't work. Screw that. I don't know what that is. If we look at draft, okay, let's just go down the comments. If we look at draft, what we need is a guy who got black and white and paper. Right. I know if you want that guy to contribute, which would be a Chris Murray. We talked about it, who is projected to go right before us by NBA draft. MPJ. He elbowed that injured Wiggs. Let's see. NPJ has ego, but sometimes the ego's good to have that confidence. I think they'll keep him. But anyway, I mean, let's take a look at Denver. NPJ hits a 3 right when we look at your comment. Contested corner 3, man. Oh, Porter's set. He's not going anywhere. Wow, he's going to make more than Wiggins. That's insane. It's a lot of money. Mike Malone helps Jeff Green up. That's awesome. Foul by Vanderbilt on the screen. Oh my gosh, Michael Porter Jr. is so tall. Look at Reeves' defense. Reeves' closeouts are really good. He's not known for the closeout part of his abilities, but Reeves is a baller. I mean, he's going to be the comparable for Klay. Reeves pushes Jokic. He said, I didn't push you that hard. Yeah, Jokic flopped. He did. But it's a foul anyways. He felt Jokic, his own momentum. He created his own momentum to flop. But you got to sell it. You got to sell it. I mean, it's a foul though. So yeah. And that's, that's the state of refereeing in the NBA, is where you've got to flop to get the call. That's on the refs, man. Well, anyway, Denver only up by 11. Man, they can cut it to single digits, and they do. Rui tic-tac-toe dunk. Oh, man. That's what the tandem up top of LeBron and AD can get for you, because you're so focused on those two stars, and then boom. Let me go baseline. Only up 9 with 8:35. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Is MPJ going to launch that? Oh, he thought about it. Jeff Green. Oh, Jeff Green steps up. Oh, man, Green. Back up by 12. What a pass by LeBron. What a pass. Let me see. Did Brown get that cleanly? I like Bruce Brown's hustle. He's a good utility guy of the Lou Dort mold, of the Terrence Mann role mold. I like those guys that just hustle, man. They don't really do one thing that well, but they hustle like crazy. They're not going to replay that, are they? Nope. They're not going to replay the Bruce Brown foul. I don't know if he got him. Let's look at Anthony Davis's career. We never did that the whole series. Ten-year vet. Hornets and Pelicans for 7 years. Always scored around, oh, look at that. 28, 28, 26, 26. Back up to 26. Whew. Man, 2020 seems so far away. Only played 36 games in that one. Only played 40 last season. Jamal Murray's having a ball game. Scores again. Scored. Mike Breen just said 27. Box score says 29, so he scored again. These guys score in waves. MPJ blocks Rui. Let's see how Jamal scores right here. Sorry to spoil it. What's he going to do? Oh, he's going to post up Lonnie? Oh, man, he's feeling it. Definitely. Wow, he's dribbling out the clock. Fade away. Jeez, hang time. A lot of one-on-one play, though. We wouldn't stand for that at Golden State. We wouldn't stand for that. I mean, we would. We'd take it, but we don't usually do those. Tiago Barbosa? Wow. Put on a outsider bet. I was thinking we should do more gambling related type stuff and try and get a sponsor. I have no idea how to do that though. Let's see. MPJ. Wish we played the Nuggets first. Poole and JK should watch MPJ. Well, kind of different players. Kind of different. Wow, yeah, both teams shooting almost 60%. I want to look at some other, now that there's a lull in the topics. There are some topics that Tim Kawakami talked about today. And so we can look through some of these. By the way, so did, the radio stations and stuff. But man, they got some topics that are just totally not fact-based. Trust issues, Kuminga could be the answer. Steph and Klay will not be doing wrap-up interviews, exit interviews, because they already pretty much did it. So there's a lot here. There's a lot to go over. Okay. And they're talking about the Oakland A's over here. So if we start here, that's where it starts in terms of the Warriors. So let me look at the comments, though, and see what we're talking about. All right. So before I go on my diatribe about all these things that Tim Kawakami is going to talk about, let me go and get something to drink. So I'll be right back. Be right back at this timeout, as there's up 14 Nuggets, 7:14 to play. Hold on, guys. I lost my water bottle lid. Okay, so now we got LeBron high post against Jeff, but Jamal fouls. Schroeder. No, Jokic? 5th foul? No, Jamal, 5 fouls. Let me see. Schroeder. He's holding Jokic. He's literally grabbing his. Oh, challenge that, Mike. I think you got to challenge that because he has 5. They're not challenging it. Yeah. The assistant coach said challenge it. Yeah, that was cool to see, huh? That was cool. Nice. And then Mike Malone goes over and says, he's grabbing my guy. And he's absolutely right. Don't fall for that crap, Schroeder. I tell you what, man, I told you this referee crew, I don't trust. I like Eric Lewis. But man, Zach Zarba, no, it should be him as the crew chief. Oh, I don't like Zach Zarba. My top 5 is Eric Lewis, Ed Malloy, Tony Brothers, Bill Kennedy, Scott Foster. That's my 5. Cover another sport on the Let's Go Warriors channel? That'd be tough, man. John Morant left release. John Morant. Let's check it out. Let's release. May 13th. Okay, so let's do a search. I don't see it on here. How do you search? Why is it so different on desktop? Clear search. John Morant. Oops, not that one. I just type it in. Statement from John Morant 14 minutes ago. Oh, there it is. I take full responsibility. I'm sorry. I'm going to take some more time away, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Look at Jokic. Man, Jokic is a baller. Anyways, they better not give this to Schroeder, man. Some BS. But I love that how the assistant coach was, challenge this, challenge. And finally, Malone saw him and he goes, timeout real quick. What's taking so long? Jeff Van Gundy says, I'll tell you what's taking so long. It's freaking Zach Zarba. He is not a top 5 official. You should always have 2 top 5 officials in every game. There's only 2 games every other day. Just like I wrote, man. I wrote about this. Let's go Warriors.com. Let's go Warriors.com. Too many refs. Go look that up. Boom. There's too many refs. You can't schedule them properly. Denver crowd doesn't like it, but Jokic will take it. That's kind of a win for Denver anyways, because you don't want Jamal Murray having 5 fouls. He's holding his jersey. Oh man. That's cheating, man. You're allowing holding of the jersey now, I guess. You can't do that. Man, that would have been technical on Draymond, you know what I'm saying? Well, 7:02 to go. Denver up 14. Lakers ball because that's technically a foul on Jokic. Schroeder again supplies the foul, and this time it's AD with a three. What? AD with a three over Jamal, and they let him shoot it. Good shot, AD. I mean, wow. All right, Jokic, AD, high post. You love to see that. Repost. KCP for three, hits it. Oh, what? They've hit way more threes than we did. 15 for 28? Oh my gosh. You should win this game. You're going to shoot like that. Up by 14. LeBron gets a rebound. Oh my gosh, Dennis Schroeder. It's rebounding, guys. You got to be able to rebound. 9 for 19. 76 shots, 83 shots. How many fouls on Davis? Only one. He does a good job of not fouling. I don't think he gets enough credit. I mean, who are the top players, top power forwards in the NBA, right? How do you look this up? By salaries? PKref.com, highest paid players. Player contracts. Here we go. There we go. Wow, Steph's the highest paid player this year. Okay, let's look for power forwards or centers. Giannis, obviously. Rudy, that's an outlier. AD right there, third highest forward, power forward or center. Let's see. Oh, he's hooking his arm right there. Dennis Schroeder's like a more athletic Chris Paul, gets away with a lot of little stuff, although they've called that foul on him. But anyway, Tobias, 37. Damn, Tobias. Wow. Ben Simmons, 35 mil. Miles Turner, 35 mil. I would prefer to find somebody below Jordan Poole's salary, right? Bam Adebayo, 32 million. DeAndre Ayton, 32 million. I don't know if we want to spend that much. He's so expensive, right? So right now at the 224 mark, looking at power forward and center salaries, I'm not sure we want to spend 32 million. 32 million on Ayton. That's not worth it. That's not worth it at all. That's overpriced. This is too much. I mean, Phoenix kind of had no choice. They got to extend him. They have to pay what they had to pay. Oh, man. Heck no. I would rather have Bam Adebayo, and they're not parting with him, right? JJ would be good. I mean, they're not going to part with JJ, but I mean that's the only reasonable one there, and they're not parting with him. Kevin Love, we can't. He's a free agent. We're not going to be able to get him because we're capped out. We can't have free agents. And he is the sixth or seventh highest paid power forward. He's not going to make minimum next year. He's still worth something. So you know why they like Zach Zarba? Because he's good on the microphone. That's it, man. He got him right there, hooked him. But anyway, so good job by Zarba there. If the trade was for Jaren Jackson, I'd be all for it, but it's not, right? We can't get Kevin Love, and it should be interesting to watch. It should be interesting to watch K.Love play for Miami and see how well he plays, because then he'll set the market as a free agent power forward this summer. That should be interesting. Jamal puts him up by 13. And then it's Al Horford. He's going to make 10 million. What an incredible contract for Boston. Wow. Is that for real? He's going to make 10 million next year? Holy smokes. You can't. How did they do this? There must be some catch to this. Horford's going to make 10 million. Oh my gosh. Wow. Damn. Man, Boston is set. I bet you they'd want Poole for Horford. I don't know. With Rob Williams always being injured. And they'll get Danilo. Ooh, that's interesting. He's going to take this option, though. You can't give Boston Jordan Poole, man. Heck no. We would have to get like Pritchard back at least, some shooter, and he's small. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about this trade Poole idea, because I just don't see it. I don't see who's out there. Of course, we've got a massive list to keep going on, so you never know. Wow, Al Horford is making 10 million next year. Dang it. Boston's going to be good again. Wow. Good roster management. Yeah. Let's see. Would have been nothing if that was Steph. That's all I got to say. And then there's Draymond. Julius Randle. Doesn't he kind of clog up the paint a little bit, though? So you could probably want somebody taller. So you're looking at John Collins, maybe? Maybe John Collins. Jordan Poole for John Collins. Straight up. Man, who's your shooter, though? You think PBJ could be the shooter? No, he's a set shooter. I think we got to stick with Jordan Poole, guys. It's just so hard to find. But these are intriguing. Don't get me wrong. It's fun to look at. At least these are realistic to look at. I'd still rather look down here a little bit more. I mean, what you want is a tall loony. Is that not what you want? Someone to guard AD. Does John Collins, is that sufficient enough to guard AD. Should we get matched up on the Lakers next year? 6'9"? I don't think that's enough, right? So John Collins isn't tall enough to match AD. Speaking of which, is on the line, right? Would I trade? So that's what we're doing right now. Would I trade JP? I don't think I would, because I still need someone to get downhill. There aren't that many guys. I mean, we keep going down this list. Who can get downhill like he can? I mean, not even Tim Hardaway Jr. can get downhill like that. It's hard to find. You need another Malik Monk, basically. That's what you need. And we'll find him down here later. Let's just go down the list of salaries. I think this is the best way to judge trades. Oh boy, KCP just missed a 3. So here's LA down 9. They're going to call a foul on KCP against Reaves. Oh man, that's the thing with Reaves, is you don't get nervous about him, and he's what, a second-year player? No, come on, Lewis. Good Lord, that's horrible. Yeah, I got to time you out for that. Come on, man. Bench Klay and Draymond. That just, good Lord, you don't know anything about our team. Trying to play our team like NBA 2K. I wouldn't get played like that, man. That's not fair, man. That's not fair at all to our guys. Dang it. AD with the great play. James downhill, gets fouled. No choice. You got no choice but to foul him. LeBron comes over and just yanks KCP off the floor. His old teammate. I'm talking like he's an all-star? No, I haven't. I just said he can get downhill. Who else can get downhill? We're going down the list. So, still looking for some big men. Vucevic is a free agent, so we can't get him. So we're looking for downhill players or big men. Wow, Jeremy Grant is a free agent. 23. Am I looking at this right? Yep. Jeremy Grant is a free agent. Wow. I'd love to have him. But it's not going to happen because he's a free agent. Mikal Bridges, turnover, Jokic up 6 with 3:33. Oh, gosh. Going back here, they probably don't want to do anything with Aaron Gordon. Jared Allen, he could probably defend AD. 20 million. Oh, man, Austin Reaves for 3. Right in front of the Laker fan, decked in Laker gear. Oh, man. For Denver to go this far and then only be up 3. Oh, man. See, Lakers are good. Lakers are solid. Austin Reaves is solid, man. He's solid. So Reaves has 20 points, 4 for 7. Wow. Different type of team, though. The Lakers are. Austin Reaves. Allen cannot guard AD. Probably not. I mean, not a whole lot of people can. Do I think JP performed bad because of his relationship with Dre? I'm glad you brought that up. Let's run the tape on Draymond. So Draymond with Stephen A. Smith. I actually put that earlier in the description, and I never got around to it. Stephen A. Where did I write it? Let's see. There it is. We'll play it in a minute. Next time out. Play the Draymond, Stephen A. audio. Jokic fadeaway. Yikes. Aaron Gordon rebound. Foul on Reaves. Are they in the bonus? They're in the bonus. Okay, so and this is to answer Tiago Barbosa question of if JP played bad because of relationship with Dre. Only up 4. 3 minutes even. Aaron Gordon. Short. Oh my gosh. 254, 253, 252. LeBron playing ball handler now in crunch time. Double screen. LeBron against Murray. Aaron says, I'll switch over when the time comes. He doesn't switch over. Oh, tip. Jokic fights. Good fight by Michael Porter Jr. It's going to be a jump ball, though. No, KCP gets in there. Oh, alley-oop, fast break. Wow, 2:26 to go. Credit KCP. That's what you got to do. By the way, that's what Jordan Poole doesn't have is the go get the ball and go smash. And he wouldn't have done that on defense. So kind of the missing. Oh my gosh. Austin Reaves again for 3. Halves the lead again. 2 times he's done that in the last minute. Who is this guy? This guy's unbelievable. He's Klay. He's what Klay should have been. Jokic against Rui one-on-one bully ball. KCP. Ooh, scores over AD. Man. Playing well. KCP. That's what happens. You get a little energy boost when you go after the ball. You just have to go after the ball. Reaves can't hit that one. Up 5. And Jokic against Rui? Interesting. Rui's going to guard Jokic. Jamal against Austin. Austin all by himself for 3. No good. Oh, good. Box out Rui. MPJ crazy foul. That was not needed. Free trip to the line for LeBron, and he wants a take foul. They might look at it, in fact. Why not? I don't even know what a take foul is anymore. Oh, no, that's not a take foul, actually. He's just got in the way a little bit. Man, what a game. So next time out, I will play the audio of Draymond and Stephen A. to answer your question, Tiago. Amy likes the roster. So only up 3 again. 111, 110, 109. Murray around the pick over to Jokic's extra pass, KCP misses it. Wide open. What are you going to do? Got the open one. Supposed to knock that down. LeBron against Jamal. He'll shoot a three. No good. Little off balance. That's out on Schroeder. Schroeder's going to argue again. 42 seconds. You got to wind it down to about what? 20, so 18, what? 17, 20 seconds to go. They can shoot it with about 22 seconds. Oh, Jokic, beautiful move. No call. Gets the call. AD foul. So I'm just trying to see what are the trade possibilities out there. Amy, I'm not saying I'm going to trade. Clint Capela. I don't know about that, right? 20 million? Heck no. There's no way I could do that. What do people want, man? See, I just think we're better off playing better with what we got than going out and trying to integrate a Clint Capela for the sole purpose of guarding AD if we play the Lakers in the playoffs, right? That doesn't make any sense. So Clint Capela at 20 million also doesn't make sense. That's too much, man. That's too much for a guy we're only gonna, too much for a guy we're gonna just insert versus the Lakers defend AD. What about offense? What do we do when we get the ball back and we're trying to run stuff on offense? I don't know. Splash the like button. What do we got? Splash wise. Splash wise, likewise, we have 55 likes. Hey, at least that's more than concurrence. Anyways, let's go back to here's the Draymond thing. So at the 2:42:45 mark, here we go. Here's Draymond. Oh, I lost it. Hold on. Shoot, man. Let's just play it in the background, right?
About the fouling. When you speak about all of the slippage that we had as a team on the road, not being able to come together, none of those things happen if that doesn't happen, because the voice that I am and the departments that I lead this team in, there was a ton of slippage due to me sitting back, me not saying anything, me trying to allow that situation to play itself out and giving it time to heal. But while you're giving it all of that time, guess what? I would say probably by February, I started to feel like myself again and speak more. But guess what? There was 5 months of a season where slippage has just been occurring. And by February, if that slippage has been going on that long, you are who you are. At that point, you've built those habits. You've built bad habits. That is who you are now. And so to try to correct them then, it's like, okay, you may get a little better. We did. We ended up in the second round of the playoffs, but not at a championship level. We're not playing now because when you speak about...
So that's the relationship for you. Still working on it today. Oh, Jokic missed a free throw after he got a steal from LeBron. Amazingly, that was an amazing steal. So as far as today's presser with Steve Kerr, he was talking about some of the stuff where the trust still isn't quite there yet. So we will get there. We will get there eventually. And if you're listening to Dre, then that tells you we don't need to really trade Poole, because this is something that can be corrected, is basically what he's saying. Because it went awry this season, and so it'll take time to fix. But I think it's fixable. So that was... it was Stephen A. World live cast probably on ESPN too. I don't know. Similar to Manning Cast. Here, I'll find the link for you. It's on my old buddy, GSW Chris. Right here. There you go. Video being released made it worse? Absolutely. I think Draymond has said that somewhere. Pretty sure he said that. So I don't know that we need a big. I think if we match up better against Denver than we do against LA. So Denver's going to take game one. They took care of business. Lakers gave him a scare, but good defense. Zion. Never did figure out the mole, no. Aaron Gordon's got to play better. I don't know if he can. That's just him. That's just the way he plays, is kind of just complimentary. Only 3 rebounds. They're not going to like that, but only 4 for 8 on free throw line. Naz Reid, okay. What's this infatuation with Naz Reid? I keep seeing that everywhere, but okay. Naz Reid is going to be able to run dribble handoff. Are you sure? 6'9", shorter than AD, right? I'd love to see some Naz Reid against Anthony Davis. Yep, 6'10". 264, 253. It has some weight on him. By the way, is he even available? Minnesota. He's Minnesota, right? Let's turn that off. Oh, Naz Reid at a veteran's minimum? Okay. Sure. I wouldn't mind spending a veteran's minimum. I thought we had to spend real money on that one. I'll take him on a veteran's minimum. Give him a shot. Why not? Yeah, I'll take him on a veteran's minimum. I thought he made more than that. That's pretty good. Give that a shot. So maybe that's the answer in terms of having a piece out there to guard AD. But I'd love to see if there's any Naz Reid versus Anthony Davis matchups. Does that even exist? Look up Getty Images just because I have no idea how to look these up. Bean knows how to find the matchups. Naz Reid. Let's see if they match. Oh, they've never been in the same photo. That's a problem. How many years of experience does Naz Reid have? Here we are, once again, going way past when we should go. It's going to be in his 5th year. I don't know. How do you look this up? Naz Reid versus Anthony Davis. Should I trade Naz Reid for Anthony Davis? Oh my gosh. That's a fantasy sports thing. Oh, playing. Oh, with Rudy Gobert and Naz Reid injured. Damn it. I want to see them one-on-one. Naz Reid makes a great defensive play for the steal. So March 3rd might be one matchup that he was matched up against him. Undergo surgery. What? For his who suffered a broken wrist. Oh, jeez. That sucks. Let's go look at more of his broken wrist. So, okay, he was out that whole time. Well, we'll see. Naz Reid, Vetmin, FA. Had head-to-head versus AD on March 23rd. So something to look into. Okay. But I also think we can just play better. All right, let's see if this copy link address. March 23rd, maybe, is this? Oh, it's not giving me. Go see if that's March 23rd. Probably. Oh, he last played. No, not March 23rd. Oh, it should be. No, they didn't play him. Naz Reid versus Anthony Davis. March 3rd, not 23rd. March 3rd. Look at the game log. Yep, March 3rd, Lakers. Looks like he had a pretty good game. 6 for 12. Oops. 6 for 12, 15 points, 8 rebounds. Don't know how much that was head-to-head, but it's something to look at later when there's time. Dwight Howard? Can Dwight Howard run the dribble handoff? I'm not sure. I believe Steven Adams doesn't fit, but let's see. Memphis. I think Memphis wouldn't mind having Jordan Poole, but at the cost of Steven Adams, I don't know. Have to give up something else. Zaire. It's going to be a lot to make up for 28 mil. Yeah, who knows? Can Steven Adams run the dribble handoff? Jalen McDaniels. Okay, so some more names. 254 mark. More names. Steven Adams, Jalen McDaniels. Wasn't he also on Minnesota? Or did he go to another team? Oh, that's Jaden McDaniels. You want Jalen in Houston? No. He's on Philly? How tall is this guy? Talking about a 6'9" wing? What are we doing here? This better be relevant. Taking me down a rabbit hole. I do 2 rabbit holes and I'm done. He was on Philly? Why is he not on here? There it is. Veterans minimum? Okay. That's not a rabbit hole. So that's a wing. Okay. So Jalen McDaniels, vet min wing. Steven Adams makes $12 million. $12 million trade piece. What else you want to throw against the wall? Oh, gosh. Vet minimum in the Bay. Especially here. Yeah. Think we should have kept Wiseman. Oh, boy. No. We got Gary Payton. That was the price we paid. So we basically drafted Gary Payton with the number 2 pick. I can't be too mad about that. They need another stretch 4. Okay. Who's your stretch 4? Beli went back to Turkey. I mean, you've got to go, from now on. Comment like this. We need another X, such as fill in the blank, rather than we need another. I know what we need. We need another LeBron. There's a LeBron out there. We should go get him. Right? I mean, got to try to go the full distance with your suggestions. I saw that on Twitter recently. Like if you're going to say trade so-and-so, you have to say for whom. It's exactly the rule I implemented a couple years ago on this channel when we were talking draft and trades and all of that. So yeah, I answered the question on the GP2 is starting in the Western Conference semifinals, and he's your number 2 pick from 2020. I'd say that's pretty good. Turn your 2020 second overall pick into an actual starter in the Western Conference semifinals. It's not bad. What else? Oh, and then there's Dwight Howard. I think he's too slow. He's too slow, man. Could be running 4-on-4 fast breaks. Know what I mean? Get that picture out of my head, then I'll consider Dwight Howard. But if I'm envisioning fast breaks with only 4 guys, as long as that's in my head, yikes. I don't know about that. Can he even keep up with Anthony Davis? I don't know. T-Wolves are aggressively signing Naz. We'll see. We'll see. What else? Dario. Where's he at right now? Phoenix? OKC. So then we go to OKC's salary cap table. See what we're dealing with here. OKC. Free agent. No, can't do that one. Right? We can't get any free agents making $9 million. That's impossible. Literally impossible. Can't even do sign and trade because then that would put us in a hard cap, which would not be doable at all. So straight up free agents we cannot go get that are more than veterans minimum. So that one mathematically impossible. Oh gosh, JP for Ja, it ain't happening. Keep it realistic. Let's see. Trey Lyles as a defending wing, a 3-and-D. Are we serious about that? I don't know that doesn't excite anybody. Let's see. PBJ as the stretch 4. Maybe. It's going to take another couple years, though. Steve just won't play second-year players unless they're Moses Moody that figure it out. You need super IQ for that, but maybe PBJ has it. Hard to tell right now. Hope he improves. Yep. Dante, do you think we should keep him? It's not worded correctly. Oh, gosh. All right, so this is how the salary cap table works, Tiago. See, look at right here. He has an option when it's blue, and then somewhere in here is color codes. The legend of the codes is in here. But when it's blue for next year, that means he has the option to pick that up or not. The thing is he's way outplayed the $4.5 million he made this year. He's played so well. I mean, don't you think he's played maybe as well as, I don't know, Alex Caruso? We've talked about this many times. Wouldn't he be a good comparable? Oh, Alex Caruso's market value, this comparable is over 9 million. So, and he's off the bench as well. So, according to that, Dante could double his salary. And that's really hard for a guy to pass up. If he's getting offered 9 million, that's hard to pass up. Long-term security, that's the dream. That's what you want. So I know Dante wants to be a Warrior and everything. Of course, who doesn't? Our culture is great. But at the end of the day, you can't get paid. Otto Porter wants to be a Warrior. It doesn't work financially. JTA would love to be a Warrior. We can't pay him what he's looking for. We can't even pay him beyond a year. All of our slots are 1 year only. Veterans minimum. We got to fill 3 slots with veterans minimums. One of them might be JaMychal again. Might be good to get some continuity there. So maybe we really only, I mean, that's pretty cheap to get JaMychal on a veterans minimum. That's your stretch 4, by the way. The person who was looking for the stretch 4. J-Mike missed a whole month. He had COVID and he had the infection, so never really got into the swing of things. So JaVale McGee, now you're just throwing things against the wall because I already know how much JaVale's making. We looked at it many times. He's under contract. So, Tiago, your next question, you have to go do the research first. I'm not doing it anymore for you. So after this, JaVale was the last one I'll do. Actually, DJ, you too. You got to go to this Hoops Hype salaries. Just Google it. Hoops Hype Warrior salaries, and you're good. And you'll find these, and you can go do the research first. Because now you're wasting my time. Now I got to, JaVale's under contract for $5 million. I mean, he's only coming here in a trade. And who would we trade? It'd either be Wiggins or Poole. We're not trading Wiggins. So if it's Poole, we better get something much more than JaVale in return for Poole, right? So that's how you do this. And that's how you filter out all the crap that you see on social media, like, oh, Warriors need to trade for fill in a name. Well, you do the homework, and this is the homework that you go look them up. Okay, you're saying Trey Lyles. If I see him under contract for multiple years, then that's the last one I'm doing for you, right, TF? Okay, he's a free agent, but is that minimum? You know, he might be able to get more than a minimum the way he played, but wasn't totally out of bounds of you to suggest that. So, I mean, Trey Lyles to replace Andre as your wing defender. Don't know. I mean, look, at the end of the day, these slots, they don't really move the needle all that much. What, you're going to put Naz Reid in there, so then we're going to be able to stop AD in a 7-game series? I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know. If he's an AD stopper, wouldn't other teams want that too? So, these veteran minimum slots, I mean, did these affect us in the playoffs? Lamb, no factor. JaMychal, no factor. I mean, he did start 2 games. He was a factor. So maybe he can improve. Andre obviously out with injury. So that's not really going to move the needle all that much. So we're just kind of throwing out names here. I think we can just play better. Now, we're probably going to lose Dante, and we can't pay anybody more than the minimum because the new CBA. So now you're just looking at the spreadsheet of what we have. You get Gary for a whole season. That's good. We're definitely improving that spot. He came in the game against the Lakers, hack, good defense, hit a 3, missed a 3, good defense, hack. Next year, it'll be no more hacks. Good defense, 3, miss a 3, hack, good defense. So he's going to improve, right? Gary Payton will improve. You'd hope Kuminga would improve. And he's going to need a rebound because, it's going to get, we're going to have to fill this with a veteran wing somehow. So we'll see. We'll see what's out there. But I don't want to lose, get gray hairs worrying about these spots, right? You're throwing out names. Some of them are legitimate. Trey Lyles, Jalen McDaniels, Naz Reid. But, I mean, look, unless Naz Reid is a specialist AD stopper, I think we're back to just playing better unless you want to trade Poole for whatever moves the needle, Miles Turner? I don't know, right? And when it's this big of a piece, why not just trust your GM? Why do we have to go through this process? It's not really fun for me to do all these things. Like, I'm here for the actual information. So if there's all these trades, I'm the guy that sits back and lets the trade happen. I'm not the guy, and there's plenty of them on Twitter. Oh, we need to trade this, Wiseman for Miles Turner over and over again for 12 months in a row. It never happened. So, and if it did happen, what would you do? Is that like, oh, retweet me and go listen to my podcast because I happen to guess something that's nearly impossible to guess, and I'm awesome because I'm cool. So click on me. That's not how I roll. That doesn't add to my knowledge at all. That's playing games. That's entertainment. You might as well go play video games and go live stream your NBA 2K games. I mean, I would watch that rather than someone talking about, oh, we need to trade Wiseman for so and so and so and so over and over and over. I'd rather watch you just play NBA 2K with your new guy just to see for fun because it's the same thing. You're imagining things that's probably not going to happen because do you know how hard it is to predict a trade, especially when there's three-way trades or two-way trades, three-team trades, I mean. Like, that's why we completely ban uh, three-team trades when we talked about it with Dean on here. I was like, no one can predict a three-team trade. That's impossible. There's too many moving parts. Who's going to go and predict that we would get Gary Payton via Sadiq Bey, via 5 second-round picks? Nobody can predict that. So why bother? Just sit back and accept what's going to happen. So that's my little diatribe on with these veteran minimum ones, especially with the vet min spots. Just let them happen rather than pulling your hair out, trying to predict and throwing out names left and right. I have better things to occupy my brain with. But I know it's not fun at all. We're the boringest channel ever because we don't really do that stuff. But I keep it real, at the very least. I'll let you know when something. I'll teach you how to go, indulge in your entertainment, which is to go look at the salary cap tables and research as needed. So yeah, I already know Robert Covington's too expensive. Don't even need to look at that. Yeah, I don't know. Ryan Rollins, I mean, if you waive him, then you're eating a salary, and nobody wants to do that. You don't want to pay tax on it, which is 7 times. So you're paying $15 million on this slot, and you just waived him, and it's a dead slot. There's nothing you can do about it. So he would be in a trade package if they decided to trade away somebody or keep him. I mean, it's, that was the tough part of constructing the roster last season. And the Warriors get so much flack for some of these spots. It's like, that's why it comes down to the first 7 or 8 spots. You got to get those right, and then they got to play better. You can't say that, oh, we wasted a slot on Ryan Rollins, or, oh, we did this, we did that. We wasted this, we wasted that. I mean, with these spots, that's why we went ahead and without the ability to get Beli, without the ability to get JTA, Damian Lee, we can't saddle ourselves with long-term contracts. It would have been nice to get Damian Lee on this one, but he's not going to take that, veterans minimum, maybe he would have took it. There's going to be more. I don't know. I don't know what the thinking was with the Ryan Rollins. actually his ability to get downhill. And maybe that's why we kept him, is that maybe Ryan Rollins, and this always happens when I talk things out, maybe Ryan Rollins is there because of the downhill ability. Maybe that is a really rare trait. Maybe there's only so many Malik Monks, Ryan Rollins types that gets downhill. So in talking through Ryan Rollins' spot, maybe keeping him and signing him to 3 years is an indication of how rare it is to get guys who can get downhill. Now there's talk about, Tim Kawakami threw out OG Anunoby's name out there. So those are things you'd want to consider. But now you're talking the big bucks. Now this matters, right? The Ryan Rollins spot doesn't really matter. It's the 15th spot down there. They never matter. But we can look at Toronto real quick. So OG's at 18 million, right? So if they wanted to shake it up and we wanted to shake it up, it might be a good trade in terms of long term as well. OG can be the future Draymond. I'd be willing to look at that, package. What do you want? Do we want Thaddeus at 8 million? Can he guard? I don't know if he can guard AD. I don't know. I don't know what you'd want out of this, but maybe they re-sign Poole because they love Poole. I don't know what you do. A lot of it's moving parts. A lot of it's up to Toronto, but OG Anunoby being part of that. Now there's talk about Siakam, but look, Siakam, that's not a fair trade with Jordan Poole for Siakam. You want to get a guy at the 40 million level if you're trading away Siakam. Now OG is a little bit more realistic because that's more palatable number here. But they are getting a good deal. He's, only getting 18 million. He's potentially a much better player than that. So a lot of it depends on what Toronto wants to do. But, that is dependent on Bob Myers. And so why worry about that either? So, I always come back to just trust your team. That's the most boring take on the internet. But it's right in line with what Ben and Amy want to do, which is we want to see our guys just play better. And there's no harm in that. I think that's a fair thing to want. So don't drink that Kool-Aid on Twitter where we have to make changes. Like there's some people out there that are just addicted to trades. We have to trade this, have to trade that. Like they don't have fun with the season without a trade. They must have a trade. Otherwise, Bob Myers or Steve Kerr is a failure, And that's silly. That's, again, we're back to the psychology of how people consume NBA content. And I would like to say that it's okay to be boring. In fact, it's the most realistic way. I mean, as of today, the most realistic outcome is we keep the same team. It is, as of today. Yeah, you assume Bob is coming back, and again, these last few ones don't really move the needle that much anyways. And then you watch Patrick Baldwin develop. You hope Kuminga in year 3 becomes the fence spinner that we want, the rebounder that, is the only way to get minutes on the squad. Just ask Andrew Wiggins. Andrew, you need to be a factor against Boston in the finals. You need a rebound because we got guys that can shoot the ball. And yeah, they didn't have a great game, but technically speaking, the combination of Steph, Klay, Draymond, and Jordan Poole usually gets us points, and it all needs to fit together. The other guys need to rebound. If you don't rebound, we got no chance. I don't know, man. But I trust our squad. We just have to trust our franchise. Because I trust our franchise more than I trust what Toronto's doing in Toronto. Like they didn't even make the playoffs. And look at all the talent they have on their roster. Milwaukee didn't even make it to the semifinals. I mean, do you really expect just tossing around Steve Kerr's name, fire Kerr, tossing around various names up in here? I mean, the fact that DiVincenzo could leave, oh gosh, you need another ball handler. So now are you really going to trade away Poole? You need ball handling. But then again, I don't know. It's not really up to me. I'm just here to root for the team and make sense of it all. And the way that I make sense of it all is that I trust this ownership group to give us the most that we can get. And it's all based on Steph and Klay and Draymond and the system. And of course, Wiggins, now that Wiggins knows how to fit in the system, which is the rebound. And if we really need a bucket, go post up against a smaller guy in a mismatch. Lakers are kind of an anomaly for us because we can't go, oh, Wiggs, yeah, we need you one-on-one where, these two guys are cold. Let's have you go one-on-one on your guy. Oh, your guy's LeBron. He's actually bigger than you. So, we ran up against a buzzsaw. Lakers, they're hungry. They're mad that they didn't make the playoffs last season. Finally got the pieces. They're gelling. They're having a good time. They're having fun establishing their own identity. We weren't having fun establishing our identity. So all of that. What else? There's no way we keep JMG. I don't know. Who cares? It's way down here, man. Veterans minimum. Who's paying JMG more than the veterans minimum? So you gotta understand the salary cap. Am I missing something there? You get some inside information. Hello, Elijah. Coach Kenny, well, he's going to interview around, but I don't know that they'll hire him. Boogie Cousins is kind of the same situation as Dwight. Can we get him to run the floor? What do we do? I would think that if we had a chance to get Boogie, maybe we weren't able to this year because Lamb was already kind of integrated into the rotation and Andre was injured, so there wasn't a spot. So again, it's kind of way down there on the depth chart. So I don't know. Number one goal for the offseason, Kuminga needs to rebound and Jordan Poole needs to play defense. And that's the number one thing. And Klay needs to keep playing like he did in the second half of Game 6, which is unselfish basketball. So that's my answer of what the offseason should be. It's self-improvement. What is the number one goal for the offseason. JK needs to rebound. Poole needs to dedicate himself to defense. And Klay needs to continue his second half game 6 unselfishness. And Steph and Dre need to value the possession more, which they will inherently with having the sting of a WCS exit. All right, we got to get out of here. I got to use the restroom. Anyways, Marquise Chris, maybe. Yeah, again, don't know. I don't want to worry about it too much, I guess. I mean, we've already gone through the whole thing. So there's so many possibilities. So many possibilities out there. So we'll see. Thoughts on Doc being fired? The NBA is changing, isn't it? It's what have you done for me lately? But I think the Warriors and the Spurs are going to be different in that we just have a culture that's dependent on the guys. So on Doc being fired, I still think the cultures of Spurs and Warriors are such that Pop and Kerr will stick around. Plus, Lacob is probably bought into that. Okay, well, I got to use the restroom, so I'll be right back. I see quite a few comments I need to come back to. Too bad we don't have Dean. All right, I'm back. Okay, let's close this out. I just play better. Yeah, well, either we play better or we just regroup with whatever trades that we make, and we go into training camp with whatever it is, whatever roster that we have. Can't wait to see next year. I mean, yeah, I can wait. I need the break. And then we got Summer League to go watch PBJ improve, watch Rollins improve. I would throw JK in there, Moody, just give him as much reps as possible. Mort's, oh boy, Bruce is making me go look at stuff. All right, he's on Orlando, right? But I trust Bruce a little bit more because he's built equity on here. Mo Wagner. Oh, yeah, yeah. High IQ vet men. Interesting. Well, this is a little too simplistic, Tiago. I mean, the problem is if he plays bad, then his stock is really low at that point. But he's a guard, so those stocks tend to not fluctuate as much. So that's the good news is that, you take him away from being under Steph and Clay, and maybe he can make more mistakes on I don't know, fill in the blank, Detroit Pistons, I don't know, whatever, Milwaukee Bucks. Anyways, somebody had mentioned, I think Nate Jones had mentioned, who says no? Jordan Poole and Moody for Drew Holiday. We'll talk about that in 2 days with Dean. But if you're offering an all-star, I don't see how we can not take that. I think I'd want the all-star, instant all-star and defense. Drew Holiday? Huh. I mean, he's got an incredible wingspan, so there's that. I don't know. He would be like, I don't know that there'd be a need for GP2 at that moment in time, right? Because Drew Holiday's got offense. So then you ship him out and make some moves, So there's a lot when you start throwing names out there. So I'd rather not. I'd rather not waste my brain cells on all these possibilities. I don't like the fact that guy. I mean, Nate Jones is a good, positive thinking guy on Twitter. But when you throw out trades like that, again, man, it feels like entertainment. It's not information. It's not gonna really help me today. If it happens, then I'll say, okay, wow, you got some crystal ball there, Nostradamus of basketball, and then we'll go research that, and we'll start looking at the different combinations and what your rotation would be, and then that would be fun, right? NBA trading cards, I know. Curry carried the whole team? No. I think Steph will be the first one to tell you that he needs Draymond. He needs Clay. It's all a complex system, man. Oh man, you've really thrown some comments out here today, Lewis. So I just be careful throwing out absolutes. You know how Sith lords throw out absolutes, right? Okay. Oh boy. Iguodala, don't know. D-Lee signed a vet min, but it was for multiple years, which we can't do. But we did for Ryan Rollins, but very cheap. I mean, millions less in terms of taxes and penalties. Ben's keeping it simple. Yep. I think we'll get that naturally because we'll be more hungry and Steph will know. And Draymond, not to build those terrible habits. Yeah, it's never a failure. And Lewis, you're getting negative. Yep, it's too much, man. If you hate Jordan Poole that much, this is not the channel for you because we're going to support him. We're going to deal with him the way the Warriors coaches would. which is we're going to support you and we're going to look at the things you can do. We're going to look at the things you need to work on. And we're just going to state what you're going to need to work on and you go work on them. And we're not going to be all here rolling our eyes every single day at Jordan Poole. We're not going to be here throwing him under the bus every single time. I mean, what is the addiction to this of complaining and whining and throwing people under the bus? There's some part of your life that's not going well, and you're picking on an easy target, and that's Jordan Poole. You got to go work on you. The problem isn't Jordan Poole. The problem is you. You're so easily riled up by a guy who didn't have his best games against a very good team, championship contending team that's hungry, LA Lakers, that's focused on countering against you, whereas Steph and Klay have been used to this already. They already know what it's like to be countered on by the 2013 Spurs, the 2014 Clippers, then Memphis and the Cavs, then Houston. I mean, Steph and Klay have been through this multiple times, like probably 10 different opponents. Jordan Poole, I mean, this barely getting started. Like, he wasn't game planned against last season. Nobody thought he was for real. So this season, now he's got to go through Sacramento and LA and, right? Was Klay a factor against the Spurs in 2013? How about Steph? Didn't they remember Denver was being physical with Steph all the time, and same thing in Memphis, the Zach Randolph and Marc Gasol days, Mike Conley, So this is the first go round for Jordan Poole, and you're being impatient. And I can already tell you're a young person. There's no way you can be the way you talk. There's no way you can be some mature adult. So I'm telling you, try to be more like a mature adult. Don't be like so obviously, like everything emotionally affects you. Like it's really giving off that vibe, like bothered by everything. And it's like, I mean, this channel is for people that aren't bothered by everything. And we want to go to a place where it's safe to feel like, Steve Kerr doesn't need to be fired, or we don't need to make this trade and that trade. Like, this is the tiny, I mean, we have 36 concurrents all over the world. That's not a lot of people. But the 36 of us, 35 others of us, we want to be able to enjoy the Warriors without all this complaining that you're doing. So step up, improve, or leave the channel. Exactly what Cynthia's saying. Okay. Giannis was injured. Yeah. There's that too. And I mean, I usually spend much of these live streams going through the philosophical debate anyways. But sometimes it's necessary. Man, way to shit on Klay right there, man. Really? You're so in hatred right now. You're Anakin Skywalker. Maybe not quite. You're I don't know. Not quite Anakin. You're Count Dooku. You're Count Dooku right now. You're part of the separatists. You want to separate. You want to have a civil war, man. Got Count Dooku in the house. Oh gosh. Now, Naye from NYC is throwing out names. Bazemore. Oh, gosh. Second unit needs to improve. Nah, first unit needs to improve. Just like Ben said, can Steph and Dre, first of all, not turn the ball over as much? Can Klay please play unselfish basketball? No more four rings taunts. Please, no more of that. Be humble. Wiggins needs to be there for the whole time. He got injured for the whole month of December. Then we missed him for 2 months due to family matters. Gary Payton. So we're good, man. We're good. I mean, we'll hit the reset button and we'll get these guys back going. Let's go, Warriors. All right. Take care, everybody. I think it's time to go. I appreciate you all coming on here and contributing. Oh, gosh. Road back-to-backs coming soon. Oh, comeback play. There's some support for JP. Appreciate all you guys. So next live, we get Dean. Dean, Thursday, we get Dean. Yay. Oh, yeah, Dean. Appreciate you, Dean. See you then. Just does 1, 2, 3. High five. We're still doing that, I guess. I'm just so. It's so comical that was a foul. I mean, that was a high five and not a foul. And then the one on Dante DiVincenzo. High five, everybody. AD fouls Dante like that. And then Austin Reaves gets the 3. Thank you all for joining. Really, it means a lot. Really does. Like just being able to go on live on some random NBA Western Conference Finals night and having 39 of you join us. And I didn't mean to be too heavy-handed there with Lewis, but or Louie. Come back, Louie. Maybe we can talk in a more positive manner. Hand pink waving. All right, really gotta go. 3, 2, 1. Go get my Starbucks frappuccino. Yeah, but we'll be back right for summer league, so it's only gonna be 2 months, less than 2 months. And we'll do some draft stuff. So yeah, let's do that. Bye, guys.